Now then, crew, and welcome back to the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel. Now, I've been working on a 2019 Suzuki Kingquad 500 AXI. It's one with a power steering, alloy wheels. It's not a bad bike, actually, to be fair. But I've finished the service, and I need to reset the what they call it, the service reminder on the dash. There's a display which you can trigger through on the clock button, which will tell you how many hours you've got left until your next service is due. That's hours of usage. Oh, just be aware, that will actually count down if the ignition's turned on, but the engine isn't even running. So if you leave the ignition on overnight by accident, you've got another 10 or 12 hours clocked up on your dash. That's terrible. Anyway, just be aware of that. Now, if you're down at your local Suzuki agency and you said, "Hey, can you reset my service interval for me, please?" They would say, "Of course we can, sir. We need a special tool for that, and we're going to charge you lots of money." Or, if they're a little bit nice, they will sell you the special tool that you need to do this particular job. I'm here to say to you, you don't need it. In fact, all you need is a paperclip or something similar. Basically, all we have to do is join two wires. The fact is, you need to know which two wires. Let's go and take a look at the bike. It's used.
You don't paint something without wiping.
Honestly. Now, underneath the seat, which obviously I've already removed, basically you get bombarded by relays. This is the ECU, and there's a few other bits and pieces like the starter solenoid just down here. And if you look really carefully, it's this one here, which is the diagnostic plug. This is what the Suzuki dealer will plug in their computer so they can diagnose faults with your bike when you get them. Not if you get them. Now, if we take the cover off, you'll notice it's a 6-pin plug, but only 4 of the pins are used. And it's the 2 pins that are adjacent to each other that we need to connect. Now, the colour coding of the wiring, we've got a white wire with a red tracer and a black wire with a white tracer. Pretty easy to remember. And if you get your really expensive paperclip and join those two together at the right time, it will work. For me, because I had some old, loom connectors kicking around, I've got the 2 pins that will actually fit in there a bit more snugly and give a better connection. The last thing I want to do is to break connection halfway through the procedure. So we'll be plugging this in when the time is right. Next job is to turn on the ignition switch. So now, just plug in your paperclip between those 2 connectors. 1, 2. That's it. Right, up to the dashboard. Okay, press the clock button repeatedly until the word reset comes up on the dash. Not that one. Not that one. Ah, that one. Excellent. Now, press the same button again for 2 seconds. 1, 2. There we go. Now, this is telling us we've got 100 hours flashing on the dash. That's the current service interval for this bike that's been chosen for this particular owner. If you want to change that, just keep pressing the clock button until you get the desired interval. And it'll go up in 20-hour increments. 140, 160, 180, 200. Then it's going to reset back down to 20 again. I'd like to leave this at 100 hours. So we'll stick it back on 100, and then when you're ready and you've got what you want on the screen, press this button again for 2 seconds. 1, 2. There we go. Brilliant. And now it's reset to 100 hours, and as you use the bike, that will then count down to 0. And then you can service your bike all over again. Now, the next step is to turn off the ignition switch. Right, the last thing to do is to remove your very expensive special tool. Done. Always remember to put on the dust cap, otherwise you'll get dirt in there for sure. Back on the perch. Easy. So, there you go, a really short video showing you how to reset your service interval on the dash on a Suzuki Kingquad. This was the 2019 version, like I said at the start, but the same procedure applies to many, many different models of the fuel-injected Suzuki quad bikes. And all you need is a paperclip, or, in this case, just a really simple, it took me 2 minutes to make that. Okay, it took me 5 minutes to find the right pins, but you know, I've now got a little tool and it fits really well in that plug. Paperclip would do the same trick. Okay crew, well if you found this video helpful, why not click on the subscribe button, ring the bell, and that way you won't miss out on any future videos that hit the channel. If there's a bit of a gap and I don't get around to sending any more videos up there, then why not peruse the archives? There's already about 550 videos on the channel. I'm sure there's lots of other stuff on there that you will find interesting, informative, and of course fun as well. You'll also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Feel free to communicate through any of those portals. My email address is down the bottom in the description too. It's andymechanic@live.co.uk. You can flick me an email through if you like. I will try to reply back to you, but I am a really busy chap. It's not that I'm ignoring you, I just don't have the time. But you're welcome to try. Now, if you want to support the channel, then you can do that through Patreon. You can become a patron, or you can use PayPal. If it's PayPal, it's the same email address, andymechanic@live.co.uk. Okay, crew. Well, until next time, cheers, over and out. Time on, in front of the camera, but I'm sure that you will enjoy those videos and all the other videos on the channel. You can also I've stalled out there, didn't I? Okay, I've stalled out. Now then crew, and welcome to the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel, where you're going to find hundreds and hundreds of videos covering, I don't know, engine repairs. What else is there?
Transmission videos, suspension videos, steering videos, electrical.
Oh man, you know more than I do. Yeah. And lots of those videos, I have an assistant on board helping me out, and most of them, actually, well, quite a lot of them, I have Tool Girl Holley. This is the gorgeous Tool Girl Holley. It sure is. So if you fancy Holley, I can't say that. Last chance. This is the last one, otherwise I'm just going to abort mission because I'm tired. Now then crew, and welcome to the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel. Now on this channel we focus on basically doing repairs on cars and motorcycles and stuff, and there's heaps and heaps of videos on there covering things like, I don't know, Holly, you tell them.
Engines, electrical, transmissions, suspension, steering, fabrication.
Yeah, there's loads, even using picoscope to do in-depth diagnostics on fuel injection systems, right through to basic servicing, even changing a bulb on a difficult bulb changing car. You know, some of them are really bad these days. So, you know, if you're interested in cars or motorcycles or tool girls, then why not peruse the whole channel? There's loads and loads of playlists to explore, and you can always subscribe if you like, and you won't miss any more videos, because there's usually 2 or 3 every single week. And don't forget, every Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. on a New Zealand time, there is a live stream, so you can join in and you can ask questions and talk to me directly, which I think is really cool. I enjoy it. And I always have a pie. Different pie from around New Zealand. Always have a pie. It's nice. Okay, well, enjoy the channel. Cheers, crew. Over and out.
And we get the flip again.
Oh!
Really.